Okay, I'm gonna let you know right
Welcome
now.
back
I'm
to
58.
Weekend Movie What happened? Weekend Movie and that is Ray, or idiot. Hi, we're having some
Really
technical
acting my name
difficulties.
today, let me tell you.
He's having some technical difficulties with himself.
Not
So
technical, stupid.
difficulties with himself.
I'm a minute in to let you know. Just to let you know. I skipped the recap. I was done. I wasn't going to go
Well,
back.
I have a
again.
really funny story to tell all the viewers out there about Zachary and his yesterday experiences. Let's go ahead. We'll talk about that while he gets his thing, all ready to go. So as you can see here, Zachary has a haircut and things. And that's all. That's the funny story. Is he got a haircut?
That's not a funny story. You're.
Yeah, not what they said before he got his haircut. That's
That's the funny part. You piece of crap.
But I ain't gonna put that on the internet. That's rude. That's mean. He's my brother. Can't make fun of him on the internet.
Okay, I'm at 000. I'm there.
Truly?
Yes.
Like you're not just. I'm there.
Just make it official. There.
Well, here we go.
I'm at 58 seconds. Just let me know once you get through the recap, and we'll go from there.
Hold on.
Disney Plus is very touchy today for some reason.
I'm at 58 seconds, so we'll just be able to start it together. With no recap today, so people are dependent on that recap. I kind of was not, because it was just
There's a lot of walking. They were in a forest. There was a weird ass gopher, and we saw Kanaka. There you go.
Who?
Oh, and May's going to turn herself in.
Who?
Kanaka, the Wookiee.
Oh, yeah, he died off camera. So that was fun.
Yeah, he died off camera, and there was a weird ass gopher.
That Zachary loved. I don't know why he's saying he's weird. He absolutely adored him. You should watch that review back. He is screaming for him.
No, I do, but it's a weird. The picture for episode 4, he looks like a Photoshop on the picture for the episode.
Either way, let's hopefully enjoy some lightsaber battles that I'm sure we're only going to be able to tell that they're battling with lightsabers because it's a light in the dark. Which, yeah, sure, on a thought, it sounds cool, but we'll see if the execution really was worth it.
So before we get there, we were both told the same thing before we got started, and I really want to talk about this for a second because everybody's like, the lightsaber stuff in this episode, you guys are going to love. However, I heard from multiple people, prepare to be annoyed, and I'm like, you never want to start Star Wars off that way. And the entire time I watched Disney Plus Star Wars, I've never heard that scenario put in my face before.
I have definitely. See, here's the thing. Zachary always watched Star Wars before us. Me, my family, our family or whatever, because I live with them. They want to save 4 episodes, and then we'll binge watch 4 episodes, and then we'll do the same thing. We kind of watch seasons in half or whatever, and so he'd always watch it weekly. I don't know how many times I get a text with, "It's not worth it. Don't watch this week. It's okay. You guys can wait till next week. It's okay. It's bad. It's okay. You're gonna be disappointed. It's okay." So I have heard it.
2022. Andor was incredible. Andor was incredible this week. Andor was still incredible this week.
Actually, that's not, I remember there's being 2 or 3 episodes and being Andor was great, but now it's kind of questionable. But don't worry, it looks like it's coming back. And then it did. He would simply text me the next week being like, "It's back. It was just a really shit episode. It's okay."
Nope.
Oh wait, that was the whole TV show. Sorry, haha. Wouldn't know.
All
really
right.
Don't know.
All right.
Either way, let's watch the Acolyte, which everybody's hating, but I don't mind. Yeah, the last episode was a bit questionable. We're both on agreement. Maybe they should have done 6 episodes and combined a few of these together. If you don't have enough plot, maybe just
this show is thin enough as it is. You want to make it more thinner?
Well, if they just smushed the episodes together as if they were making 2 separate episodes, but now it's just one longer episode with the actual lightsaber battle in the last episode, maybe we have something going. Maybe.
The fact that we wasted a minute on a recap means that,
And the fact that it's only going to run for 28 more minutes. Just saying. Either way, let's go.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, show.
Oh my God.
We're going to be caught up with the rest of the world.
Thank God. Oh my God. Twitter today has been egregious. It's spoiler. It's you knew. You fucking know I'm gonna watch it. You bitch. All right, she got through to the side. That's correct.
Yep. I'm hoping for good directing for the fights, good choreography, and that's it.
Well, we'll see. I'm not gonna let other people's opinions to dictate how I feel.
Man, this poor Pip cannot catch a break. Of all the droids in Star Wars, he gets thrown around the most. It's just because he doesn't have legs. Man, I would kill to have that kind of droid in my pocket.
Oh my god.
Oh!
That's a character you could go off. Oh, that one.
Whoa!
Oh, that's cool.
That's dope. That's from the comics.
Oh, they got whiskey lightsaber.
Whiskey lightsaber. Oh! Oh!
Oh,
I don't think since Order 66 I've seen that many Jedi die. At least not that consecutively.
he's like, bitch.
I'm not gonna lie. The intimidation factor goes away a little bit when I see his grinning face.
I think it's kind of cute. I kind of like it. Yeah, you know you cooked.
Okay, May, you're supposed to give yourself up to the Jedi.
You're smarter than your sister. She was also right by a lightsaber and decided not to pick it up. I thought Pip turned into a flashlight, and I said, "What else can you not? What else can you do?"
He's also secretly a lightsaber. We just don't know it yet. That being said,
Oh, whoa! It's interesting that you ran, though, sir. I'm not going to forget that.
that went great, but hey, it's fine.
It's just
Oh,
trees.
I guess Yord's okay.
Yeah, is he running with a limp? He should be running with a limp.
You should. Yep, there should be a limp.
Do I care though? No, not really. But there should be.
I was about to say we still haven't had the title yet.
Well, we came into a massacre.
Again, the logo's too bright. I swear to heaven on earth, that fucking gopher dies. It was Order 65.
It wasn't even that funny. Kill the gopher. Make him feel it. Kill the gopher.
Kill the gopher. Oh, it talks.
He dies. It's so funny.
Wait, what?
And we just jump into a flashback episode.
I would have been aggravated. Jacob. What? That's Carrie Ann Moss.
Now that would be intriguing. Okay, we could go back though.
Yeah, I
It's
want to
fine.
know
It's
more
fine.
about these fantastic lightsaber fights. Oh, jeez!
Oh.
Damn! Daphne Keene had her rage from X-23.
Okay. Full length battles, we understand. It's a lot of crawling, but I like it. Ooh,
She's
we
like,
just left there
bitch,
too.
I just left that place.
Yeah, maybe not speak it. Maybe just the rest. That's crazy.
Did you see how tiny Jakey's lightsaber is? It looked like a pitchfork. It's so small. It's a traditional thing in the Sith. Their robes are very, very low.
It's also traditional with like the Mandalorian and like a lot of other Star Wars cultures. Are you just not culturally, maybe they're not born yet. Oh my god.
That scream signifies, I got it.
Yeah, it screamed, I'm not about to die. Please don't come help me. I beg of you, please, please stay away. Don't worry, follow the trees. Oh my god, soul just dies right here. What is this show?
It doesn't know. This is the best acting Yor's had this entire show.
We're not going to be rude to an actor based on their acting level. It's the script always. Remember, we talked about this. Every actor has potential. It's just if they're living up to it. Like, I mean, once again, Man Sandberg, do it best. If you don't love one twin, she's doing great with another. Oh, you have spots.
There's something I don't understand though. In last episode, May wanted to give herself up to the Jedi. Then she fought a Jedi because she didn't want to
Hold on.
go.
I see lightsaber battle. I pay attention. I was wondering why he keeps trying to kill. Why he keeps turning off his lightsaber? It's because it's trying to show her to kill without a weapon. Good thing you decided to be flexible. Run away from all of the problems, apparently. That's crazy. Where the fuck did he go? Okay, Batman. Batman would be a Sith Lord, though. Yeah, we can all agree on that statement. It's basically a definition of his personality.
It really is.
Immortally gray.
Oh.
They're alive.
Dude, listen to her. Turn it off.
Thank you. Took you long enough. Well, just throw your flashlight in a different direction. Sure, they'll run to it.
Yeah,
Well,
because these creatures scream cat.
Oh.
What is he doing?
He was running.
Was he? It looked like he was standing at one spot and moving very quickly.
That's technically what running is.
Was that moving his legs?
Could you see his legs?
No, that's why it was so weird.
Okay. Just take. Oh,
All right,
you know.
get ready. Holy, anyway.
I would also be trying to leave.
Apparently, his leg healed very quickly.
He cauterizes the wound. Maybe he automatically had a med pack on the ready. Damn, just getting punched.
So his helmet can detract the saber. Oh! Oh!
Okay.
It's oh! Man, if he didn't have the Force, he'd be fucked because I don't know where that went in the bush.
It's like you lose your keys. I have the Force. Got him.
Just give me a second, buddy. Oh, you're gonna get it. No, that's a tree branch. You're gonna get it. This is the thing. Whoa. Pausing. Um. I guess it got too intense that he left. Man. Well, as I gather my thoughts here for what we just occurred to, um, yeah, yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing indeed. That was a moment, and we will definitely talk about it afterwards. Excuse me while I text my brother the all important question: is he okay? Um, you guys want to know? We are currently at 17:43. He, oh, hey, here he is. I did pause the show.
Where'd you pause at? What's your
17:43. I just told our great audience what time it was. I feel like it was an opportune time.
All right.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
You just poofed out of existence.
yeah. No, it happens every once in a while. Don't worry about it. Just a little disease. No big deal.
Called bad internet connection.
It's called boofing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, back to the show.
Very well.
In 3, 2, 1. So is that why Sith like wearing masks so much?
No, I can understand that. If you're evil, you don't really want people to tell people that you're evil.
Well, let me tell you something. Um, Dar- uh, Palpatine did a shit job.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, also.
Maul, Count Dooku. Uh, oh God! This cast is getting smaller and smaller by the second.
We're just gonna have twins.
This didn't work. Oh,
She wasn't really aiming last time, to be fair.
no, I mean, it didn't work last time on the guy. Why did you think it would work a second time?
No.
But then she aimed it at May, and that makes more sense.
Where do we go from here if we're murdering out the entire cast?
We still have 3 episodes.
Were people annoyed because they were killing off so many characters? But we get annoyed that they don't kill off any characters. We can't play both. We can't be the devil advocate here. Oh, are we gonna kill all the Sith?
What the heck is this show?
I thought he was gonna say, "Oh shit."
I like this. Very interesting what they're doing with the Sith lore. If this guy dies by a bug, Did the Sith really die?
I don't know.
By a bunch of moths?
I don't.
No, you won't. I appreciate the offer, though.
Maybe on the ship because it's only 3 of you.
Shit. That ship's load got a lot lighter.
I guess we have the little rascal as well. We wouldn't see him die.
No. Did the dumb thing get killed off screen? All right. At least we know this time the acting will be on par with both people because it's the same person. Well, there was no brainwashing here. Well, maybe.
Because they can manipulate the head. That's a thing. Normally practice with the Siths, of course, but Sith weren't really around back then, so I guess anybody could do it.
I just want a giant red lightsaber just to fly through both of them and go, well, that's the show, everybody. For those 3 episodes, yeah, our budget got done.
Her just like push her off the mountain.
May is such an odd character.
She sleeps a lot. Get it? Because she follows.
I got it.
Tough crowd.
Listen, if my 65 joke didn't work, that one didn't work. That looked terrible. Ew.
Oh, thank God that the man did not die by a bunch of bugs.
Oh, Pip's gone.
Oh, this was a.
Oh, sweet liberty. Basil's alive. Everybody, we are fine. The show is thriving.
Is it thriving?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think I'm under the impression.
She sounds so off. if Soul is a Jedi Master, he should clearly tell what's going on here. Oh.
Hmm?
Are you here?
I think I am, yeah.
Okay. 7 went in, 2 came out. It's like leading a dark side version of Anakin Skywalker right to the Jedi Temple to kill the younglings. Like, feel the weird here, Soul. No, no weird. Come on, Basil. No, 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 no.
It's the little feet for me.
And now he's gonna find a dead Jackie, a dead Yord, and his helmet. Now the mouth is open, so now it looks like it's just talking. What a weird shot. Why keep his face out of frame? We've already seen it.
Thank gosh. I don't know if Zachary's here with us or not.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just, gathering thoughts.
Okay. Well, I have 2. Okay. 2. Cool lightsaber battles. People were correct. I enjoyed them.
I think they overhyped them.
Well, to be fair, we should have watched it when everybody else watched it, and then maybe it wouldn't feel overhyped, but we waited 6 days, so potato. I felt like I thought the episode moved really fast. I felt like that it was much better than the previous episode and more on par with the first 2 episodes of enjoyment as well. And I am slightly curious where the plot is headed. Even if it makes little sense.
No sense.
Little sense. That's okay. Are we here for a plot or are we here for a journey? As long as it makes sense by episode 8, right? That's what matters. Correct? Correct? No.
I really don't care about the journey to episode 8 if the plot doesn't really keep me intrigued.
I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see what's going to happen after this.
Was this a big reveal?
You know what? Here's the thing. So, the internet's a bitch. Being on the internet is a bitch, but just in general, it's a bitch. It got spoiled for me, and it was true. The reveal was true. And the person even typed the tweet that spoiled it for me said, Acolyte, hashtag Acolyte fucking sucks. Fuck Disney. It's blah. Without a picture or anything. Like, oh, thank you, world. This is so kind of you today. So, yeah, I do have to say, because I've always found the guy from Good Place attractive, but I haven't found him attractive at all in this. And that was weird for me. He's officially attractive again. And you know what? If him and May want to go live happy May babies, I'm okay with that too.
But that wasn't May.
But here's the thing. I do agree with a lot of people because it's all about yin and yang. That's the whole point of this or whatever. What if we're wrong? What if OSHA? Sure, she murdered some people. Oh, so sad. But what if OSHA's actually the good one and May's actually the bad one?
Hasn't that always been the vibe of this show? We've been following OSHA since the beginning, not May.
No, we've been following May.
No, OSHA's the one with Pip.
No, May's the one with Pip.
No,
OSHA,
Jake.
yes.
No, Jake. May
Yes.
is the one who's been no, Jacob. May is
Yes.
the one who's been hunting Jedi.
No.
Yes.
That's OSHA.
Good. Jacob, you're about to fucking blow my mind. Please tell me you're kidding. You're kidding me right now.
Hold on. Yeah, May's the one that's been hunting the...
Yes, OSHA is the good one. May is the bad one.
Okay, what if it's flipped up? What if OSHA is the bad one and May is the good one?
Hang on. We have to talk about this for a second. Have you been telling me this entire time up to this point? You thought May was the good one? She screamed May when she did the fire.
It's just been a minute, okay? My brain's a little tired. It's been a really long week, okay? Don't come at me. No, I did tell him I need facial reactions, so I guess he did.
That's the funniest thing I've heard today.
You know what the funniest thing I've heard today? Let me tell you. It's a story.
I get it. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I was called Lord Farquaad.
Damn it!
You can't hold that anymore because...
Okay, but honestly, if you go back to the previous one, because you comment if you think you look like Lord Farquaad too. I'm just curious. Here, just let us know. We're genuinely curious. Zachary is super curious for himself. For sure.
Jake, I've got to know on a personal note for myself. When did you realize that May and OSHA were not the same people?
No, I just got the names mixed up.
Oh.
Yeah,
it really felt like you didn't know this at all from the first episode on.
No, I definitely knew this. Just got the names mixed up. Really bad names. It's a common thing.
Okay. I'm enjoying the commentary part of this time together with the audience and with you. The show, I am not going to lie to you, I really don't care about anymore. I was on a really good point with this show at the beginning. It had me for a little bit going into episode 2. Episode 3 kind of warped it off just a little bit. Last week's episode really didn't help. And now this one, I do not know what this show wants to be.
Exactly.
I honestly don't.
We really won't know until it's over. You know?
No, I'm not gonna try to defend it because it says from the get this is supposed to be a murder mystery drama show. And
well, it's here.
Murder has happened, but not a lot of mystery.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna read you with the description. You have no outside thoughts, no outside opinions coming at you. This is simply what Disney Plus is telling you. You didn't watch the trailer. You haven't had any. You saw the image. This is what you read. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 100 years before the rise of the Empire, the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic have prospered for centuries without war. During a time, an investigation into a shocking crime story pits a Jedi Master against a dangerous warrior from his past.
That sounds better than the show we just watched.
That is the show we're watching.
But in concept, it sounds better than the show we're watching.
But it is the show that we're watching.
No, we're not, because Soul has nothing to do with the stranger. Nothing to do with stranger, because that's the warrior that they're talking about.
No, the warrior they're talking about is the other twin.
Is it May or is it OSHA? Which one are they talking about here? Because his... Well,
really,
OSHA really hasn't...
Get wrong one time, and you're like, hey, which one is it? Which one's the evil one?
I know which one's evil, but OSHA really hasn't done anything except run around, occasionally shoot a gun 3 times, and throw Pip at a guy.
Yeah, so it's not obviously about her. It's about the one who murdered his best friend. You know, Carrie-Ann Moss in the first 10 minutes, which was shocking.
No, you want to talk about shocking? So Yor's gone. Daphne Keene is gone.
Daphne Keene is gone.
So
at least they got good action. I mean, you're whatever, but like Daphne King at least got a thoroughly enjoyable action sequence this episode.
Daphne came to fate. That Daphne always comes to play. That's not the. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
When we're doing this, we're on the review portion. I know you're liking the show, but why are you trying so hard to defend its issues?
I'm not trying to so hard to defend. I'm just letting you know that like preconceived notion of something from the outside.
We're 5 episodes in.
Help warp what you would think is all I'm saying.
But we're 5 episodes into this thing now, and I still don't know what it wants to do. I think that's a writing problem. That's a serious writing problem.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm not saying that. I mean, I have an understanding of what it's trying to do, but like,
it's just explain to me then, because I really don't know. I don't know what this show wants to be.
Well,
the description you gave is a murder mystery description. Completely true. I agree with you on that.
Not really, I guess.
But that was the whole gift of this show.
Well, that's why
it's lost that.
That's okay. Shows evolve.
But
if you're watching, if you're watching a police procedural and you're just watching a police procedural, it's going to get boring after like, a whole season of like the.
But that's not what this is though. This is not procedural. This is a story.
That's what I mean. The story will evolve as the story evolves. I mean, the description is only based on things without with little, information or whatever, or I don't know. Okay, I do agree, but
from episode 1 to episode 5, have either the characters, the story, or what is going on evolved at all?
Yes.
And what character has evolved?
Characters, maybe not so much. I do agree with that. I think the development here is quite lacking, and they don't spend enough time on it. That is a problem with Star Wars Overhaul, in my opinion, though. So they're pretty much like, we have a name, it's cute, let's move on for their characters. But plot-wise, I definitely would say there is progression. It's slow, but there is progression. It seems a bit small. It's the issue.
It's not that I'm trying to think of what's just. I don't know. I know I keep bringing up this whole murder mystery thing, but it's how it was touted when the show was coming out. I was really looking forward to like figuring it out each week, putting more clues together, and it felt like they didn't want to do that. They just rushed out of it and got out of it very quickly. Like, so then what was your ultimate goal? Like, what did you want to do with this show?
Well, in my personal opinion, the ultimate goal is that they're looking at what the Jedi truly means, what that equals, and the idea of someone going against it. That's what it truly is about. But that's not really something you would sell someone about, to be fair. It's not necessarily something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The mystery is barely a mystery. And that, I think, is... And I like the girl who plays Osha and May, and I like Soul. But the other actors are not selling me on what they're doing. The guy from...
But I do understand where it comes from Zachary's standpoint. I'm not someone who cares about acting. I could watch something atrocious. It doesn't bother me when it comes to that.
Well, when it comes to this, when it comes to ultimate betrayals and the reveals and the turns, I want to believe the performance as the actor gives it, rather than just go off of the actual. Oh, Soul. That's. But I think the biggest issue with this show, the directing in the show, I think is really good. I think so far in all 4 episodes, I think the directing has actually been pretty decent the entire time. It's the writing. This feels like the most rushed thing I've ever seen from Star Wars. And there have been plenty of other shows from them in the past 2 years that have been felt very, very, very rushed, including shows that I enjoy. But for some odd reason, this show just wants to get to the end so quickly, and yet it doesn't all at the same time. Like, they could have held off the reveal of the stranger for another 2 episodes, and I would have been more intrigued. The fact that they got it out of the way this quickly, that I think is an issue. Like, build on that. Let that sit with us. He killed everybody. Don't tell us who it is yet. Let me think about that for a second.
What is? I mean, also like this is why I made the comment that I made earlier, because when I watch Star Wars, just like we talked about in the very beginning of this thing, I would never watch it week to week. I've never. This is the first Star Wars outside of the first original season of Mandalorian when it comes to a Disney Plus show that I don't watch week to week. Star Wars has never been one of those franchises. We would never watch it, but because I heard really good things about the Acolyte when it was coming out, I really love the main actress and stuff, and I knew it was going to get a bunch of hate online. So I was like, let's go ahead, let's try to support it, right? Everything else that we wanted to watch this month that was coming out or whatever was already going to get people who loved it or whatever. This is one of those ones that's going to be hated because it's Star Wars, just in general. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just what the moral story is. Obi-Wan Kenobi show was hated when it came out, and now everybody's like, it's the best Star Wars show ever. It's not. I did not like that one, but that's fine. It's not for me. It's not a big deal. It doesn't make a difference to me. But a lot of people, I knew people were going to hate on this. That's just the moral of the story. So we went ahead and decided to go through with it. But I don't watch Star Wars weekly. In my opinion, Star Wars and most Disney Plus, in my opinion, is better as a binge watch. I understand why you do weekly. I get the whole algorithm and the whole whatever. I get it. But I have a feeling that if I could see the whole story, like I'm really excited to get to the end, like the end of the season, and hopefully it doesn't end on some stupid cliffhanger or some shit like that where they're trying to build up into a second. I hope it does have completed, like we get to see the whole idea that they're going for.
Because this
that will piss
show
me
is
off.
not going to get a season 2.
It's not going to get a season 2, and it doesn't need a season 2. It really needs to wrap up what it's trying to do here. And maybe introduce a thread line that could be talked about if you've got it renewed. But TV shows nowadays really don't need to try to be banking on getting renewed. You gotta finish what you started, initially. Most concepts, most stories, outside of like the big ones, so like really, really big ones like Game of Thrones or something like that, which are based off books. So like this is not based off anything. It's an original idea. It's not even based off the stories that are made in the High Republic. They do carry through. That's why a TV show is like one season. Every season needs to be wrapped up in its season. That's why it's, type of thing. The characters are what you develop after 5 seasons. That's really what it is with other things going around it. But the plot line, your main plot line for your show, that doesn't get wrapped up immediately. That doesn't get, I don't know. Which is a problem. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem for Disney Plus in particular. There's so many TV shows that they've produced and stuff. And yes, I do feel like this feels rushed. But I have to wonder if I watched all 8 episodes back to back, which is looking like it's probably like 4 hours, 5 hours of television, if I would feel the same way. If I would feel the same complaints. We can't judge it based off that, you know what I mean? Because that's not what we're doing. And I think all the complaints that Zachary has is extremely valid. If I cared about acting, I'd be pissed. Because it's not great. The only person in here which we talked about is Amanda Sandberg, and the fact that Soul, knowing that he learned English for this and is doing such a phenomenal job.
He's doing a really good job.
There's some standouts there, but nothing really else. I also I think Manny, I can't think of his actual, I think it's actually his name, from The Good Place. I think he can finally thrive now because he's without this hurdle or whatever. Because but I don't think they did enough good job setting him up and things, or setting up this twist either, in my opinion. And I think I'd agree with Zachary. I think maybe holding off on the reveal of him and maybe revealing some more stuff about the actual mystery of what happened when they were
Soul. Like let him set up the stuff with Soul and set up the conversation between him and Osha. That would have been more interesting going into this.
And also, once again, like we talked about, part of the reason why I was so excited for these longer Star Wars episodes, because they don't give a shit about their characters. They don't give a shit about development. Every Star Wars show is this way. There's not many out there I can think of. I didn't watch Andor. I have no idea. I cannot speak on it. But I've watched almost every other Star Wars show that's out there. And all the characters are one-dimensional or two-dimensional at best. Movies are the same way as well, in my opinion. It's normally the actor that standpoints you if you like somebody in Star Wars. It's just what it is. They've never been really interested in it. And some writers are not. Some writers are just interested in the plot. The issue here is the plot's really thin. It's like prickly thin.
It's super thin.
And you can't have a whole day where they're just walking.
No.
Like this cut up, this should have been a whole episode. I still stick strongly to this. 4 and 5 should have been an entire episode.
1 and 2 should have been a full episode.
1 and 2, I don't know if I necessarily. I felt like 1 and 2 we ate pretty good. Episode 3 also felt like it should have been by itself. This is the first time I felt 4 and 5 should have been in the same hour of television.
They did not need to stretch this out for 8 episodes. I feel like Disney is hearing the complaint about short seasons. Pick the shows that need a longer season and pick the shows that need a shorter season. This could have been done by the end of August, by the end of July, and we would have been all good to go. I would have been fine with it.
It should still be done by the end of July.
But unfortunately, that's not the era. That's not what we're looking at right now. We're looking at 8 episodes, and I also think that the runtime is hurting this show completely. The fact that I paused it and there's still 5 minutes left in this show, and it's not the show. I think that is a.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
That's always my issue with Disney Plus. They love to do these fancy credits and then do like 5 extra minutes of credits.
But here's the thing. I mean, Netflix does the same thing. I mean, every streaming service, because you have so many people you have to shout out and things. I mean, you can't take away from that.
No, I agree. But Netflix still gives us at least an hour's worth of television before the credits hit the stage.
Well, that is a common issue with Disney, is that the episodes are too short.
Yeah, we get the Disney Plus logo, we get the recap, which takes about a minute, and then you get the heads, which I think are cool, but just show Star Wars. And you get the Lucasfilm logo, then you get the build up of the episode, then you get the title screen, and then you get the rest of the episode. And by the time you're like, oh, I'm really invested in what's going on, credits start to roll. Which should be a good thing. Like, I'm intrigued, I want to keep going. But I think that ultimately hurts this show in the long run, because once I start getting intrigued, the episode's over. And the way they ended it was weird, with his little comment he was making to OSHA. It just, there's stuff they're doing with the Sith I find intriguing, and I like Manny in this role. I think I agree with you. I think he'll thrive now, knowing that it's him. He can be more of himself in the role now, which I hope ultimately I think will help the show. But like, Soul's going to have this conversation with May. Not OSHA. I guarantee you, May already knows what happens. So we're going to be solely relying on watching Soul tell this story and be emotionally invested in him telling the story, which I think we will be, because he's a really good actor and I think he can pull that off. Yeah. But I hate the fact they're going to have this moment and it's not going to be him and OSHA. Like, I wanted to have that thread finished, and we're not going to get that. Like, that to me is dissatisfying.
Yeah, I get that. I do agree with you on that statement as well. I do find it dissatisfying.
And look, I'm not trying to be a hater. Jacob knows this. I do my best, especially when it comes to Star Wars, not to be a hater, because I do not like being a hater on Star Wars, because Star Wars still does good shit. Like, and Jacob can affirm for that. I loved Ahsoka. I know most people didn't. I loved it, and I know most people don't like Book of Boba Fett. I thoroughly enjoyed Book of Boba Fett for what it was.
That's crazy.
It's exactly my point. And so
I'm not judging. Hey, if you like Book of Boba Fett, good for you. Yeah, I can't relate, but
I know you're not judging, but this is very weird for me. Like, it's not really since episode 9 that I've hated something. Not hate's a strong word. That I've strongly disliked something in the Star Wars franchise, and this is just not working. And I expected more from the showrunner of Russian Doll. Like, you get that kind of level of showrunner, and I know Russian Doll is not for everybody, but still, like, the way that show acts, the way that show thinks, the way that show progresses, that's not the show we're getting at all with this. And unfortunately, that happens every time with Star Wars. The only exception to that rule for me, and I know Jake will disagree with me, is Filoni with Ahsoka. The only reason I use Filoni as the example is because Filoni had a story from beginning to end of what Ahsoka was going to be. From when the show started for Thrawn, the entire through line of that season was getting to Thrawn and Ezra, and it ends with us with Thrawn and Ezra. Yes or no?
I don't know. Didn't watch the final 2 episodes.
We get that through line. And
yeah, but that was like episode, what, 4 or 5? 5.
With 8 less. We had 3 more episodes after Ezra came back.
Okay, well, technically this is doing the same thing. We got to the through line of who the Sith Lord is, what the actual, like, the big thing is. We're 5 episodes in, everything's been revealed. Now we have 3 more episodes to go. That's the same exact thing.
It was done better. I was more invested in Book of Boba Fett's storyline. Made more sense.
I can't fight that one. I can't fight that one because I disagree so heavily with that. Book of Boba Fett's one of the worst experiences I've ever had with Star Wars. In my opinion, it's the worst thing Star Wars has ever produced.
No, I'd fight you on that one. It's not Acolyte though.
What
Mandalorian season 3 is Mandalorian season 3.
See, I fucking love Mandalorian season 3.
And that's what I love about Star Wars, is that we can all have our favorite things within the universe. And I'm so glad that we chose, and I agree with you 110% on that fact. I'm so glad we chose this over House of the Dragon, over The Boys, simply because of the fact the audience is there. They're already invested in the show. If they don't like it, then that's it. This is so much more fun to talk about afterwards, simply because we never really get to do this. Like, we're always focused on our stuff and really get to talk about Star Wars after we watch it.
And
it's a whole new thing for you and me.
It's interesting because the Acolyte is brand new. It's brand new characters, brand new.
It has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Nothing to do with it.
Tell that to some of the fanboys. But it's brand new and things. And so, like, I feel like Ahsoka, on one hand, it had a bit of an extra, like you know what I mean? Like, a bit of an extra cushion to it. A little bit as well.
110%. It had Rebels on its side. It had the Rebels cushion for sure.
Whereas, like, Book of Boba Fett's the same way. Book of Boba Fett also had somewhat of a, you know what I mean, like a cushion on it.
Fucking Skywalker, for crying out loud! It had the cushion of all cushions.
In The Mandalorian, the first season did not really have anything except for Baby Yoda. But Baby Yoda held that TV show into the
entire time. No matter how much I love Mandalorian season 1, that show would not work without that little green dude. 110%. But then you get into season, and this is where I think Star Wars started to fall off with these shows. You get to season 2 of Mandalorian, which I love. Do not take us away from the fact I love this show. It became cameo central, and then ever since that point, people have been relying on the fact that these giant cameos showing up in these Star Wars shows, and ultimately hurts the main show in the end. Mandalorian 2 is that rare exception where it didn't even add to it. There was a difference there. Now these cameos feel like they're just there for the sake of being there. And High Republic, this stuff doesn't have that. This has to solely rely on an original tale set in an era where no one knows anything about it.
Which I do feel like is slightly the issue. Plus, the fact, and I mean this in the kindest way possible to Star Wars canon, the fact that it's not very clear what truly is canon and not canon in the Star Wars universe is also making this show have a huge problem on its back as well. Because there are several things that they're trying to introduce here, saying, oh, they were introduced here, and technically, because it's part Star Wars Disney, big thing.
What was my first comment when the show started? Exactly.
That's my point being here, is that Zachary, understandably so, thinks one thing is canon. But does Disney understand that? No, because Disney's words were, and they were controversial. Oh, they were fucking controversial, but we all remember them. If it doesn't happen in live action, is it canon? Those were its words. Then Dave Filoni came in and tried to fix things and said, if it didn't happen in my show in live action, was it canon? Was what he said. But everybody, big diehard Star Wars fans, I read a few books. Zachary's read a few books as well. They're not amazing, but they're not horrible either. Especially if you want to deep dive on a certain character, I recommend looking
Lords
and
of
reading.
The Sith is one of the best books in Star Wars that is technically canon.
But here's the thing. That's the key word there, is technically. Because no one actually fucking knows. And so everybody who's making a hit shit about all this shit, and then you also have the anime, the one-offs that they do on here, which is fine. Tales,
Visions, which I think is fine.
Visions is cool, but they're not clear if it's canon. Is the problem?
Like I've said since episode 1, they clearly stated in episode 1, The Phantom Menace, that the Sith are returning in this moment, and yet this is clearly stating that 100 years prior, this is when the Sith reoccurred. What do you want?
Well, not reoccurred.
What do you want from me?
This is where the Sith started. Then they must have died on.
We have the Old Republic with Darth Malgus and Darth Revan. They were the original Sith.
I would have to give me. We'll talk about this again once I look up a timeline. Star Wars is confusing, guys.
Old Republic is first.
Is it? Because I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Not based on the new timeline that they released.
Knights of the Old Republic is canonically how Star Wars starts. Then you get to the High Republic, because after Malgus is defeated, There's the era of the High Republic, and then
Uh-huh.
you get into the Galactic Republic, which is
Do you
the
know who
prequel
would
trilogy.
know? You know who would tell me? Wikipedia. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, you're gonna trust the thing that says Wikipedia?
Yeah, don't worry.
Old Republic is first.
Hold on. I got one. I got an official logo by Star Wars. You can't say Star Wars is wrong.
Can I?
Okay. Star Wars. So we have
My point.
this is all big.
Can you trust Star Wars, Jacob? Can you? He's done. He's done.
Sorry. I've never. Okay.
What the hell is he looking at? Have you never been to Wikipedia?
Okay, so Zachary is right. So the way it goes, okay, I went off of. I'll tell you the other one in a second. I don't trust it. We're going with this. Okay, this is the way it goes. You're not going to think it's nearly as funny as I. That's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially longer than tonight's episode. Let's go.
So we have the Dawn of Jedi, okay? That's the initial. That's where Star Wars started, apparently. That's when it was born.
That's James Mangold's supposed film.
My brain just hurt. We're moving on. We have the Old Republic, which is what Zachary's talking about. Then we have the High Republic, which is what this show takes place in. Maybe everybody from the Old Republic is dead?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe they kept bad books. Maybe this is the first time they've heard about it because they were really shit at journaling. I could see it being a line. I could see it being
The only person who canonically can tell us what happens in Star Wars is a little green guy named Yoda.
Oh, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Okay.
That's okay with the canon of Star Wars.
Okay. Then we have the Fall of the Jedi. Okay. Then we have the Reign of the Empire. Then the Age of Rebellion. The New Republic. The Rise of the First Order, and then the New Jedi Order. That is the Star Wars tandem. Brought to you by Star Wars themselves. Their website, their domain. Okay. The thing I looked at. I was kicking over. Yoda is Jesus. That's what I
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Okay, so this timeline. Okay. So they are. So the way the years are set up is a BBY. Okay.
Before Yoda.
So we have 900 years before Yoda.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
It's been Yoda this entire time. I've heard BBY constantly in Star Wars canon. The Messiah's always been Yoda the entire time.
Okay.
The wrong guy killed Palpatine.
Okay, so we have 900 years before
Yoda,
which is when Yoda was born. Okay, we have 200 years, which is the Galactic Republic and the Jedi at their peak. We have 100 years later, which is the High Republic falls. 41 years, Anakin Skywalker was born. 32 years later, blockade of Naboo, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan meet Anakin.
No, we have to go back.
22.
No.
Clone Wars begin. 19. We ain't sorry. I'm sorry. Yoda's Jesus.
Qui-Gon. What a name.
Oh, fuck. Hurt my brain.
Master Qui-Gon, what are midichlorians?
He's such a bitch.
Oh, Liam Neeson, everybody. Master Qui-Gon.
But honestly, like, when you think about it.
Qui-Gon did.
Oh, Oh, this is interesting. So this one was made by a fan. Let's see what they have.
Really?
Oh my god, we are so deep in this. Welcome to the review. If you're interested.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on. I'm too curious. We're too deep. We're too
Oh,
deep. Okay. Open.
I will never not be able to realize that BBY meant before Yoda's time.
It's the only thing that makes sense. Truly.
Oh.
Let me Google it. What does BBY mean
in
in Star Wars? And who the fuck came up with it? Was it George? Did George think Yoda is king? Because George, what can I speak? I don't think so. Okay.
I wanted Yoda to be the most important.
It's not.
It's the battle before. It's before the Battle of Yavin.
It is before the Battle of Yavin. Thank God. Oh, thank God. I do have to say, though, the fact that the timeline starts with Yoda being born still makes me believe Yoda is Jesus. That's all I got.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's marked after AVY for the act. What is Yarvin?
Yavin. Episode 4.
Oh. I'm a casual Star Wars fan, guys. I hope you guys understand this.
Can you guys tell how casual my brother is when it comes to Star Wars?
Hey, I do this shit. I do it.
He thought the timeline started because Yoda was born.
Hey, okay. No. You cannot do this for me. Okay, hold on.
You call Qui-Gon Jinn Qui-Gon.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair one. You can yell at me. But look, this timeline, the one that I was looking at, literally states Yoda's birth. Okay?
So clearly this fan really likes Yoda.
This is what they presented to me.
What the fuck?
Okay? Now we're over here. Okay, so this one does put interesting. So they put them all together, which is kind of nice. This is nice for people out there. It does look like the Acolyte is what comes first when we're talking a canon when it comes to TV shows and movies based on this person. Once again, I have no idea. Who knows? This is the issue. This is what the issue comes down to. I hope everybody I hope you understand that this is the issue that we were talking about. This is what makes the Acolyte so hard. Because
what a journey we just went on for the past 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, but when you see BBY before birth Yoda, that's where my brain goes. Also, my brain also went before baby.
Hard. It's such a long time.
My brain also went to
baby Yoda because Yoda was a baby. Oh, it makes so much more sense. Right? The Mandalorian was right. It was before Baby Yoda. At that point, he'd be like 3.
Oh my God, this is the Grogu of Baby. I gotta get off this. Oh, that's a dangerous game.
Oh.
Okay, if we're looking at Disney Plus Star Wars timeline.
Can we please call this reaction the Acolyte Season 1 Episode 9, aka The Birth of Baby Yoda?
Okay, all right, guys. Well, that was fun. That was a fun little time. That's the Acolyte. It's phenomenal. We laughed really hard because we had a good time. Don't listen to the bullshit my brother just yapped on about for 40 minutes. He's more Farquaad, you know what I mean? He can't be right. So
always remember in episode 1, Anakin Schmoshwalker talked to Master Qui-Gon about the midichlorians.
I was reading it really fast. Okay?
And then you were, and then Obi-Doobie Kenobi killed Darth Maul.
Oh my God, are we making Star Wars spin-offs for Scooby-Doo?
Oh my God. You know, I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you meddling Jedi.
Emperor Shaggy!
You take the hood off and it's the mask. Emperor Palpatine's face is so clean, you take the hood off and it becomes a raisin.
We gotta go. We gotta go. It's too much.
Found you, I have.
So the Acolyte.
Like, rate, and subscribe. The comments. And also, what did you think about the Acolyte? And also, the birth of Baby Yoda. Where were you?
Where were you? Where? I was dead. Because it takes place so many years after my death. That's where I was. Oh, where were you? That's better than anything I've said tonight. That's for sure.